The storm came out of nowhere. We were supposed to be traveling along a calm trade route across the Pacific Trench. I was a systems engineer on the freighter Solstice Runner, a massive cargo ship hauling rare minerals from the lunar drop stations to the coastal ports. Most days, my job was uneventful, monitoring reactor output, checking the stability of the grav cores in the hold, recalibrating sensors. But that night, the sea turned against us. The first wave struck like a titan's hand, slamming the ship sideways. Consoles sparked and alarms screamed. The captain shouted over the comms to brace for impact, but I was already thrown against a bulkhead. By the time I staggered upright, red warning lights painted the walls. We were taking on water. The storm was no ordinary squall, it was alive. I swear I saw tendrils of phosphorescent mist curl across the deck, felt vibrations in the air that weren't just thunder. Something vast stirred beneath the surface. Then the hull groaned, twisted, and with a final shuddering crack, the Solstice Runner broke apart. I remember cold black water swallowing me whole. The world above vanished in seconds. Pressure closed around me like a fist, dragging me down and down into a darkness deeper than any night sky. I should have died there, lungs bursting, bones crushed, but I didn't. Instead, something caught me. The descent. When I opened my eyes, I was drifting through a dim ocean lit by strange bioluminescent forms. Translucent leviathans glided overhead, their fins glowing like constellations. Vast pillars of stone rose from the abyssal floor, carved into shapes too deliberate to be natural. I was in a city, an alien city built for beings that never walked on land. A voice, soft yet resonant, whispered in my skull, "Do not fear, surface-born. You are chosen." And then I saw her, the Queen of the Abyss. She emerged from the shadow of a ruined spire, towering and radiant. Her form was humanoid, yet impossibly elongated, with skin that shimmered like obsidian laced with veins of molten silver. Her eyes burned with a light older than stars, and her hair flowed like living coral, tendrils curling and uncurling with a will of their own. Around her, the water stilled as if even the ocean obeyed her presence. "You have fallen into my realm," she said, not with words but with thought. "Few from above survive the descent. Fewer still are chosen." Chosen for what? My mind formed the question, though my lips never moved. Her smile was both beautiful and terrifying. "To carry my legacy. My children must live, and they require a vessel strong enough to endure both worlds, sea and sky. You will be that vessel." I recoiled, trying to swim backward, but the water itself thickened around me like a net. My chest burned for air, but then, strangely, I realized I could breathe. My lungs pulled in water as though it were air, transformed by some unseen force. The Queen drifted closer. Her hand brushed my forehead, and visions exploded behind my eyes. Vast armies of creatures with luminous eyes, monstrous yet regal, pouring out of trenches to conquer the world above. And at the heart of them all, me bound, changed, birthing nightmares. The Abyssal Court. Days or weeks, I could not tell, passed in that drowned city. I was brought before the Queen's court, a gathering of abyssal nobles. They were not like her. Some resembled armored eels with skeletal faces. Others were hulking masses of chitin and tendrils. Yet they all bowed before her, their queen, who treated me not as a prisoner but as a prize. They fed me strange fruits that glowed faintly, sustenance that reshaped me from within. My skin grew tougher, able to withstand the crushing pressure. My senses sharpened. I could hear the vibration of a krill swarm miles away, feel the magnetic pull of the Earth's core. They were remaking me, preparing me. At night, I would dream of the surface, of sunlight, of my crew, of the world I had lost. But every morning the queen visited me. Her presence was intoxicating, suffocating. She would speak of her war. The surface dwellers poison the waters, strip the bones of the earth, and dare to reach beyond the stars. They forget the depths that birthed them. I will remind them. Through you, my brood will walk upon their cities. I tried to resist, to argue, but her will was overwhelming. Part of me began to wonder if she was right. Perhaps humanity had grown arrogant, careless. Perhaps the abyss had a claim we ignored. And yet I was still me. Still human. The escape attempt. One cycle, while the court was distracted in ritual, I found a path through the ruins. I swam with desperate strokes, following a faint current that smelled of salt and open sea. My body, altered as it was, moved with unnatural speed. For the first time since the sinking, I believed I might escape. But the queen was never far. She appeared before me in a sudden bloom of darkness, her hair spreading out like a living net. The current froze, the water thickened. "You would leave me?" she asked, sorrow in her voice, but her eyes blazed with fury. "Do you not understand what you are to become?" "I never asked for this," I said, forcing the thought outward. "I'm not your vessel. I'm not your slave." Her expression softened, almost tender. "Not a slave. Partner. Together we will birth a new age. You will be more than human. You will be eternal." Her words clawed at my mind, but I clenched my fists. "I'd rather die human than live as your monster." For a moment, silence stretched between us. Then she sighed, and the water around me released its grip. "Very well," she said. "But the abyss does not release what it claims. Transformation." I thought she would kill me then. Instead, she let me return to my chamber. But something had changed. The fruits they fed me now burned like fire in my veins. My skin shimmered faintly in the dark. My dreams grew stranger, filled with whispers not my own. I was changing whether I willed it or not. The queen came to me one last time. She touched my chest, and I felt something coil within me. Eggs, seeds, alien embryos latching to my being. Horror flooded me. "No," I whispered. "You can't." But she only smiled. "It has begun. Even if you escape, you carry me within you. My children will rise, one way or another. The final choice. I knew then I had only one chance. If I remained, I would be consumed, transformed into the mother of monsters. If I fled, I might bring her brood to the surface. Both paths led to doom, unless I ended it myself. So I sought the heart of her city, the abyssal reactor, a pulsing core of energy that powered their realm. It was a living engine, half biological, half crystalline. The queen guarded it fiercely, but I slipped past her sentinels, driven by desperation. I pressed my altered hands against the core. My body resonated with its energy, the embryos inside me reacting violently. Pain like molten glass seared through my veins. The queen appeared, screaming in rage. "Stop! You will destroy us all." "Better that," I gasped, "than unleash hell on the world above." The core cracked. Light surged outward, a supernova blooming in the abyss. The queen's scream echoed through the water, through my mind, through my very bones. And then nothing. Epilogue. I awoke on a desolate shore, waves lapping against me. The wreck of the solstice runner lay scattered nearby, rusting in the sun. I was alive. Human it seemed. No trace of the queen, no trace of the abyssal city.